What's up guys, Commander Jaime here. Today we're going to do something a little different. I know most of you have been bombarded with all the news about the standard, the premium, and all the rulings that Bushiroad has done. So I decided to take this slightly different approach. So I'm going to start talking about potentially the metagame moving forward with premium. So we're going to talk about the premium metagame because I think it's going to be something that I'll be looking forward to and many competitive players as well out there. And it's worth the discussion to start now. So one of the first things that came to mind is the first booster. So we're getting Novas, we're getting OTT, we're getting Kagero, and we're getting Royals. So familiar-wise, I'm most familiar with Kagero and Royal Paladin compared to OTT and Novas. So I'm going to talk about just a little bit about Kagero and Royals. Generally, Overlord and Blasters, of course. So on the topic of Kagero, I think Overlord is definitely going to get a big boost from this. So a couple of things. The other day, the grade 3 Overlord was revealed. That's actually a pretty good grade 3 for them, so they can easily swap out whatever backup grade 3 that we're using, so they can pair it up with the Destiny. The Destiny actually is still useful, and they have this guy as a backup, or essentially he might become the actual boss of the deck, and then the Destiny becomes the backup. The new grade 3 Overlord is good for going first two, while the Destiny could be something going for second, and you immediately get the stride turn. So that's definitely big for Overlord in general. The other things to talk about is the triggers. My friend Miguel plays vanilla triggers. There was no need for the other effect triggers because they were not worth it for their skills generally. So the 5k power up, like as a booster for like an Ahalem or something, actually made better numbers just like that. And so now with vanilla triggers coming into the mix with the new 10k buff and the bigger shield value, I think 15k shield, that's just going to help them just like that. Where other decks such as Indavas, we rely on Petros, we rely on Supersonic Sailor. So other decks might have a harder time where Overlord didn't really have that trouble to begin with. So, and the other thing to worth note, the power up from the triggers is going to be even more scarier on their turns where they get a total of 4 to 5 drive checks. We're talking about restanding turns, we're talking about the Purge, and one of the things to also know was that the Purge was kind of easy to deal with if you had the PG, and if they actually got some triggers, you can deal with the Nahalem columns or any other of the grade 2 columns. But now with potentially their triggers drive checking 10k power-ups, it may become harder, it will become harder to guard with some of the old stuff that we have now, forcing the decks to use the new stuff in order to compensate for the shield value. And to guard effectively, of course. So the other thing to worth know is that they rule the once per turn clause as like if you don't use it, you don't lose it anymore, essentially. So with the ace, you can make it so it could become a Stark, essentially. So you'll be attacking 3 times with 1 drive check, exactly like Stark. And that could be something very big and something the opponent has to deal with now. So with the thing about this, it makes Nahalem a 5k threshold even bigger because there will be a 3rd Vanguard attack, which is good for Overlord. So having all this pressure with the new grade 3 boss, with the new triggers you could just easily swap out, and even to the Stark ruling and the threatening of the Purge and Ziegenberg and the Ace and all that, just becoming a lot more bigger is something that I think Overlord will definitely be in the metagame for sure. And we still have yet to see what else they're getting. And to end it off with Kagero, they still have access to Denial Griffin, they have access to Defeat Flare, so it's stuff that they're pretty solid, is what I'm getting at. So now switching back to Royal Paladins, specifically Blasters. Blasters have this interaction where, boy, they can get Blaster Blade with Alfred on their turn from the soul. So if they decided to write it, they could just call it out just like that. They also have access to lose though. So if you can get that attack in, boosted by Flogo, or boosted by the Barco, you can get that Blaster Blade out too. And I forgot to mention this with Overlord, but both Kagero and Royals have access to the Force Gift. With the Force Gift, it gives a 10k to one of your circles on your turn. So in the instance for Blasters, this makes your original Blaster Blade right now 19k base. So on grade 3 ride turn, they can get Alfred, they can get a Blaster Blade, plus 10k from the soul or hand, whatever. So Blaster Blade is 19k, plus the Force Gift makes that a 29k attacker. And you can abuse it with Flogo, the crit trigger that has a skill. So you can get a restand, you can get a solid 3 attacks just like that. You can use the Lu turn instead, where you can get Lu in, then you get the Blaster Blade out, then Blaster Blade can restand from the Flogo, and you're hitting over 20k numbers, essentially. Because Lu will see the Force Gift power up, so he'll be 19, and if he's boosted by Flogo, it's a +4 and an additional 3. So that makes the 26k line? Yeah, 26k line. So that's a good number. And then the Blaster Blade comes out with a +3, making it 12k base, then with the 10k from the Force Gift, making it a 22k base. So very big numbers. And that's not even including like the triggers that you would get from the drive check from your twin drive at that time. So Blessers is definitely something to be a force to reckon with. I feel like the decks that I've been playing against Royal Paladins, I always have to like deny them Counter Blast in the early game so they don't go ham on me and I just get so behind or I lose the game. And that might be the strategy going forward still, just in general with Royal Paladin. And then just to go back with Overlord with a Force Gift, they can choose that to be on the Vanguard Circle. They can put it on the Rear Guard, but more than likely, if they put it on the Vanguard Circle, their restanding turns become a lot harder to deal with. And forcing other decks to play the new stuff to potentially make it less cards to guard with, so you're not dropping your hand, you're not dropping your whole hand and just like, crap, I just lost my entire hand and I don't think I could do anything following up. And especially if they have a heal trigger right there just waiting for you with a Denial Griffin. So yeah, if you guys like this kind of stuff, I will be happy to do more videos. I do plan to make at least one more. The new boosters are coming out later on, and I'm excited for Aqua Force and I'm excited for Grand Blue. So I will be talking about more of those two clans in the next video. So this is just more of like just getting the discussion out there. So it's not like super like, oh, this is exactly gonna be happening, this is gonna be meta. We still have to see the remaining reveals. It's just something to get out there. And if you guys want to comment down below for feedback, we can discuss, and who knows, you guys might tell me something that I really didn't see. Oh yeah, you're right, you know, that kind of thing, essentially. So again, leave a like if you guys like this kind of stuff. Comment down below for the discussion. Share with your friends too, and also subscribe. Thanks. See ya.